In Ghana, depending on the age group that you'll be interacting with, but I mean, I feel a lot of people think that if you want to be a coder, there's really nothing like a coder, but if you want to get into programming, if you want to get started with coding, you should start really early, say by the age of 12.
So my tech, I would say I was born with it, right? I started typing when I was in class 5. Right. I remember when my dad bought me, from those times I liked to use computers. That's when I fell in love with computers. But then when I went to school, I studied business. So I thought that has casted.
My guest on today's episode of Models and Mindset is Julius Nana Acheampong Boakye, a full-stack software engineer from Ghana and a proud individual member of the Django Software Foundation. Julius specializes in Django and mobile development, building scalable, user-centric software while staying deeply rooted in the open source community. Beyond writing code, my guest is one of those people who is quietly shaping the global tech ecosystem. He has played key roles in organizing major conferences like the DjangoCon US, the PyCon Africa, and the DjangoCon Africa, many others. He is helping these spaces become more inclusive and accessible for developers from underrepresented backgrounds like Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa to be specific. He is also the founder of Django Campus, an initiative that equips students and early career developers across Ghana and Africa with practical skills, mentorship, and real opportunities to grow. Whether he's speaking on stage, leading programs in Flutterflow and Google developer groups, or mentoring young developers, Julius is really obsessed with one thing: using technology, community, and leadership to empower the next generation of African technologists and connect them to the global open source world. I'm really excited to dive into his journey, his work, and his mindset today. Welcome to Models and Mindset, Julius.
Welcome. Thank you very much. I don't know why
How's it been?
By the grace of God, you're fine. We're still kicking.
Right.
Still living. Yeah.
Right. That's great. Julius, I can say that it's really a pleasure for me to have you, right? And
thank you. The pleasure is mine.
Yeah. Let's start off with this traditional question that I always begin with. If you have to introduce yourself without really mentioning your job role or job title, how would you describe yourself, and then who you are and what you do? Simply maybe what you care about.
Right. Thank you very much, Ben. And first of all, I'd like to say, greetings to all your viewers. Yeah. Well, how I will introduce myself without telling my role is I'm a gentleman who like to stare into screens like laptops, computers, looking at all sort of colors, right? And commanding my computer to do something for me myself. So I would say that I like to use my laptop to create something, right? So basically, I build website, mobile app, and other stuff. I think when I claim I build, you should know that you should know my job now.
Absolutely.
What I do.
Absolutely.
So yes, I basically like to stare at colors, and if I say colors, you know what I mean. Codes.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. So yes, you've made it emphatically clear. You build stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now let's see. We want to dive into the origin of your story and where exactly you started from. So what was your first contact, with programming or tech? Classroom? Are we looking at a random tutorial, a friend? Where did it all begin?
So my tech, I would say I was born with it, right? I started typing a lot when I was in class 5. Right. I remember when my dad bought me a computer to learn Mavis Beacon. I think that time that's what we used to do.
Back in the days, yeah.
So I was just basically like I liked using it. So from those times I liked to use computers. That's when I fell in love with computers. But then when I went to school, I studied business. So I thought that has casted. But then when I also finished school, there was some tragedy that happened when my mom passed away. And so I was like, let me go. I was just basically confused. So let me go back to my first love, basically. Then, computers. So I started picking up computers again, and then I went to IPMC to grow in the field. That's where basically I started to know all these tech stuffs into details, and I started my journey, which was 2021. Yes.
Right.
So that's when I started all these, and then from then to now, I've been just doing myself.
Right. That's great. See, being a full stack, engineer from Ghana, and now you are just operating on a global scale. The DjangoCon US. It's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
So tell us, what was that one moment, in your early career journey that's kind of surprises you when you look back?
That moment is when I came out into the limelight. That moment is when I boldly told myself that I want to be that guy who can be called upon when you're looking for someone who knows Django or who knows something. So in 2023, I just told myself that this year I want to be someone in this ecosystem. I didn't know about open source. I didn't know how to start. But what I knew was that I had the internet, right? So I just basically started following people, tech staffs, reading a lot of articles, and I came across Django. I knew Python Django, so I saw that there's something called DjangoCon Africa, which was happening in Tanzania, Zanzibar. I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. So I actually gave it a shot. And I was sponsored to attend that conference in Zanzibar.
Right.
That's so when I stand today, when I look back, I feel surprised, and I feel like, wow, it's good I took that step, and it's good that I was bold enough to tell myself that I want to be that person that year, and that was what made me fell in love with everything I'm doing.
Fantastic. Now you see, in Ghana, depending on the age group that you'll be interacting with, but I feel a lot of people think that if you want to be a coder, I don't. There's really nothing like a coder, but if you want to get into programming, if you want to get started with coding, you should start really early, say by the age of 12, in order to succeed, right?
Yeah.
From your experience, do you really think there's not something like getting started late, especially when it comes to tech?
No, I don't believe in that method though, because programming is something that you can learn.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you start early or late. Yeah, the earlier the better, but it doesn't mean that if you missed it in your 12th grade, you can't do it anymore when you're in your 30s. No, programming is something that you can just pick up and learn. Absolutely. It is there for you. The internet is there. You pick up and then you learn. Yeah. So I won't say that it's too late to start. No, it's never too late. I think there are a lot of people who are now starting. They are more than 30, 40, and they are not starting. True. And they are ready. True. All you need is just the mindset to move.
Amazing. I love that word, the mindset. I mean, that's what we're all about, the mindset. So in your journey, could you maybe describe some obstacles if you had any, because sometimes I interact with people and talking about tech, anything tech at all. And then sometimes those who are new getting into it would tell you, okay, I don't have the discipline to, learn this continuously. I don't have the discipline to order the devices. I don't have the internet. I don't know if I can really do it and all of that. Did you encounter any of these?
Yes, I did. I was in a single room with my dad, trying to pick myself into learning something that would benefit my future. There were no internet, there were no devices, there were no money to buy them. And what I had to rely on was my school computer lab. So yes, there were a lot of obstacles, but then with open mindset and with a focused life, I just believe that you can't give excuses, right? You have to find a way to help your own self. So yes, there were obstacles. There were internet issues. I didn't have money. Even money to go to school was a problem. I didn't have computers. I didn't have anything I needed to enter into tech. I didn't have any of them. So I had an obstacle though. But then with an open mindset, I just was borrowing, patching people. When I go to school, I use my friend's laptop, I learn. That's how I overcame those things.
Right. Which school is that?
That was basic school. That was Garrison Basic School in Django Campus.
Okay.
That was when I was doing the shallow work. But when I entered, MPMC, I didn't have any of them too. But then I used the computer.
The computers available. Yeah. That's amazing. Now, you see, this brings back a book that I read by Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers. Describing how some of the successful people that we see these days, even though they had, their story is a little bit different, but they had the background, they had opportunities. But then it's not only about, they having opportunities, it is also about they taking advantage of the opportunities.
Good, exactly.
Right, so I feel like whatever you are telling us now, I can resonate. When I read the book, it's really enlightened me a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, this podcast, we want to inspire the generation. Doesn't matter. We don't have any age group, right? SHS, JHS, university workers, and all of that. Now, I'm pretty sure we have a lot of listeners in all of these categories that I mentioned. So, those who are yet to get started or about to get started in tech, what would you say to them?
Thank you very much, Ben. I get these questions a lot. That how do I enter into tech? How do I get into tech? Now, if you are privileged enough to be at the young age, you are good because you have time to make the mistakes in the programming world and then learn well and land yourself a good job. Okay. But then it doesn't stop there. Even if you are late too as well. I won't say if you are late, even if you are older, entering into the tech world is not hard. Right. We have a lot of, branches, we have a lot of categories, we have the data analysis or whatever, we have the web developers, we have a lot of things inside.
True.
Just research, learn. Yeah. Are you the one who likes to see colors? Are you the one who likes to design stuffs? Yeah. Read more about front end. Are you the one who likes to write logic? You like to think deeper into things to make things work out of the back or whatever. Yeah. Dive into back end. Are you the one who likes to design things? You like to use your computer or you like to draw? Dive into UI UX. Are you the one who likes to do a lot of things? So you are not late. You are not too early. Yeah. But then if you start early too, it's powerful. But it's okay. Yeah. Just read, learn, have the mindset, be ready to learn all the time. Absolutely. Because in the tech space, we move very fast. Yeah. So be ready to learn very fast too as well. Yeah. So sometimes I won't discourage people, but then I believe programming can change you even if you're a lazy person. True. Because since you chose this path, I believe that I can't leave my tech world and go and do Mason. Yeah. I can't leave this and go and do any other thing else. Therefore, I have to focus. Yeah. I have to learn. Right. So you have to get them learning mindset as well and then focus.
Absolutely. That makes so much sense. Yeah. So, see, we are going to shift our attention a little bit. Now, from you being a programmer or an engineer to being a community leader. Yeah. I have a personal question of interest, but I'll reserve that for later. Right. Now, being a community leader, right, and you've organized a lot of conferences, the Django, the Python conferences, Flutter, Flow, Google. The Google developer circles and all of that. Yeah. How did this shift happen from, just you were there behind the computer writing code? You've still not stopped, all right, but then what happens, and then all of a sudden you become a lot of programmers that I know do not like to. Let me just say they are not social. Yeah. Right. They don't want to be in these social circles, these conferences. Very few of them, right? So why, from behind a computer, you say, okay, let me get this also going. Why that?
Thank you very much, Ben, for that question. So I would say that again. I had leadership mindset in me. I had leadership in me. I think I was born with it. I'd always wanted to lead people. So even though I was writing code behind the scene, I was like, no, this is not enough. I want people to also learn what I've learned. Okay? Yeah. So I felt like, why don't I just wake up and just do something to help people who, when we were starting, some of us didn't get mentors. We didn't get a lot of people to point us into the right direction. So what I thought was that let me not be selfish, right? Let me be good.
Yeah.
So I started, doing this small leadership stuff. Especially when I started DjangoCon Africa, that was it.
Yeah.
I was so happy. I started to apply for ambassadorials from Google, from Flutterflow, from Python, PyClub, all over the place. I just decided to, apply for these two so that I can just help people also gain what I've gained.
Yeah.
This tech things has helped some of us.
True.
So if I can also come out and testify and lead people into the right direction, they would also be good.
Yeah.
So that was the reason why I shifted. I didn't want to be selfish. And I'm not the social type. I like to help people. I like to lead people to make sure that they also meet their standard and also their dreams as well.
Now on that, you see, being part of the organizers of DjangoCon US, PyCon Africa, DjangoCon Africa, and others, tell me, what has you been in that room? What has it really taught you about what's really possible for African developers?
Right, that's a solid question. Me being in that room shaped my mind. It began to let me know that the African mind can also enter everywhere. The African mind is greater, you understand? So when I was, especially the DjangoCon US, I was the opportunity grant co-chair, meaning I have the opportunity to make my colleagues from Africa experience other communities outside their content.
Oh, nice.
So I was happy when I was leading that team. That's the opportunity grant co-chair. I was very happy. And during those time of planning, I saw other Africans who were doing good. So in my own, what broadened my mind was that there are a lot of things I brought on board that were accepted.
Right.
Meaning that we are not what people think we are.
True.
But we have the mindset, we have the mind that the other people also need as well. So those rooms gave me upper hands.
Right.
It gave me that I can't limit myself here.
Right.
Those rooms gave me the go ahead that you can also do it. So that is what that room did to me.
Absolutely.
It made me come down and realize that you can't be just for these people. You can do more for your people. So that's it.
Just more about conferences and then being in the leadership role, right? You founded the Django Campus.
Great. Yeah.
I want to say it again. He founded the Django Campus, and I believe it is to support early career developers, right? Tell us, what problem did you see?
Good. Thank you very much. I think I've not had the opportunity to explain to people why Django Campus exists, even though you can see it on our website.
Exactly.
But then, when we talk of Django, when I travel outside Ghana, and then we are talking about Django, I hardly see Ghanaians. And I've visited a lot of schools. I hardly hear people know Django, even in the university level.
Right. True.
So my own was sometimes, and secondly, the reason why I started Django Campus was secondly for the females. When we talk about Django, I barely see the ladies in there. So
maybe programming in general, but you continue.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's true too as well. Yeah. So Django, the reason why I founded Django Campus was that, okay, why don't we start Django early in our campuses? We build the people from there. So before they finish their tenure in school or whatever, they will be good in Django. So our initiative, the problem I saw was that people didn't know Python, Django, or whatever. So I wanted to help them. So the Django Campus, the reason why we started was that my team and I will move to campuses, university campuses. Can be also SHS. We'll try that as well. Okay. We move to campuses and then we teach them Django. We build project with Django. We don't end there. We have groups. We have mentors. Thank God, the vision was just for Ghana. But whenever we post links, we have a lot of people from other countries as well who are willing to learn Django. And then from our recent testimony we got from one student, the student is already building Django stuff.
Projects, right.
And it's amazing. When I saw you just started from this, it's amazing. So that was the mission, to just help people know Django, from the campus level.
Now that's amazing. Now, someone is listening and then that person sees or feels alone. have no community to learn, maybe just YouTube and Google, how can they, be part of the Django community?
Right, thank you. So if you're alone, it's understandable. I understand because maybe sometimes you are.
Or maybe they feel alone.
Yeah. Or you feel alone. Okay.
Maybe they feel alone.
You don't have to feel alone.
Yeah.
You have to avail yourself. You have to show yourself. That's the word. Show yourself. Don't just be alone. Other than that, like there's a lot of things you're missing. If I say there's a lot of things you're missing, the community you see like that, it carries power.
Right.
If I say power, it means some of us landed our jobs. Some of us got to meet big people. Some of us got to travel because of communities.
Right.
Okay, so if you're out there and you are just into YouTube and Google, don't be there. Just go online, follow this. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're watching, follow that thing on LinkedIn or all your socials, and you'll see something about them.
Right.
When you see and they are hosting conferences or events or meetups, do well and at least attend one. From there, you'll begin to, feel the love, feel accepted, feel like this is what, good. So when you get there, you begin to see a lot of things. You begin to learn. Google may, you may be learning things on Google, but you may not. It won't be like as you have met people taking you through some of the things you have learned. Right.
Yeah.
Now, when I speak, when I started coding, I was watching YouTube a lot. I didn't know about communities, but then when I landed myself into a Python community. I grew in Python, I grew in Django, I became part of organizers, and then that's how I grew. So you don't have to feel alone. Don't feel alone. Avail yourself and show yourself.
I started learning Spanish. I have some crazy love for the Spanish language, right? This is some time in university, and so there was a Telegram link that was sending, Spanish, whatever, sentences. So you just want to learn, you say it along some books here and there. But I jumped online and I was reading how best to learn Spanish, and I feel I saw the best advice ever. Says that the best way to learn any language, it doesn't matter if it is Spanish, doesn't matter German. If it is programming language, whatever. Doesn't matter. You just need to be part of a community. If I want to learn how to speak, amazingly, I've been in Accra for like over 10 years, and I can't speak Ghana. But if you want to, that is because I'm not really living in the Ghana community, but you find yourself in a Ghana community, 70% or 80% of the time, you most likely would know how to speak Ghana. So I feel it's just about the same thing, because being part of the community down is going to, increase, it's going to challenge you, make you better, you are going to interact with people in the same language. Right? So I really, really do understand. Julius,
Ben.
there's a very sensitive question that I'm about to ask, okay? And what do you think, traditional education we have in Ghana here, is missing when it comes to preparing people for real world, software engineering and even general technology?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
When it comes to
your lecturers are watching you, so maybe
let me be careful and be picky with my words, right? Lecturers, whoever is watching me, I'm sorry. I just have to tell the truth.
For sure.
And please don't fill me in my answers.
No, do not.
Right. So when we talk about the traditional education, all we knew was to just go to school, learn, pass exams, be promoted to the next class. If you don't pass, you are repeated. There are lots of things we learn in school that we are not even using. Okay? But then, that's what we are missing. We are not missing that we have to upgrade. We have to add new things. But then I think I'll talk about something. The tradition is that you have to go to school to learn. And the learning too is not something that, some of them are helping us in life.
For sure.
But then don't forget that we need more input. If I talk about more input, the traditional education is still in old curriculums. It's still not putting things together to help this current state of or modern Ghana, or modern world we are in. What separates us? You can be working with someone who will be like the same age, maybe from other part of the world, and be like, how come they all know this? How come they are so brilliant in this? Because of the education system. They are being trained, real life, real world, what they're going to do in the world. They teach money, they teach a lot of things, right? But Ghana, we are all about book and book and book.
Yeah.
If we are missing the aspect where we have to teach them the real thing.
The practicality of it.
Good. We are missing that. But then I think recently I can see changes.
Really?
Yeah. Small.
Have you had anybody coming up to you to say that maybe their computer science lecturer or IT lecturer made them, build a system? Maybe the lecturer himself came to class and then demonstrated exactly how the code works and showed them. I am yet to really see, any IT-based course or lecturer really taking his laptop to class and then demonstrating real code.
You're right. I'm sorry, but all the lecturers who come to class who teaches, programming, I bet you sometimes they don't even know the modern programming themselves. Like they feel like I just went to learn to come and teach, and they're using old ways to still teach you. Yeah. So you end up still not being modern. So you end up having to do the work yourself. So it's true. Sometimes we don't have them teaching us modern stuff. So you have to do the work yourself. But then we are missing something. We have to make sure that we roll with where the world is going. Bring tools, bring things that can help us grow. And so that when we finish the school, we are immediately landing ourselves a good job. I think that's what private schools are doing, like the Ashesses and the rest.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
A lot of practical work.
A lot of them.
A lot of practical.
My current company, I work with Ashesses students. I was like, hey, the way of thinking, the way of solving problems. Yeah. You could see that, as you said, community. They were in a community that provide problems and solving skills, provide a lot of things. So we have to help our students coming up too, so that they don't end up. We are talking about unemployment. We can solve that. Talking about meeting other developers or other tech guys, and then you can clearly tell the distinction between their skill level, problem solving abilities, and all of that. You see, I have a case. So I have a colleague, who traveled to another country. And was doing a master's program, and then, as part of their program, they're supposed to do some data analytics with R. And then, eventually, in class, when sessions are going on, it's a master's program, so they expect that you should or you would be having some basic skills. Right? Semester skills. And she happened to find herself, she didn't have the basic skills, she happened to find herself having errors whenever the white guys are running the code. And then, and at some point she was like, you know what, Ben, I'm the only one in the class who runs a code and then gets an error. So, everyone else, I'm like, you know what, don't worry about it. This is how we're going to progress. And so it makes so much sense. And for me, I feel that is, I agree with you, that practical bit of it. Let's take a problem, let's solve it. Sometimes I feel they come to class and then they tell us that we are supposed to be problem solvers. But how? That's also another thing. I'm not cutting you before that. I remember I was in a conference like that, and then there were investors in the room. Right. They were like, show by hands what you are building, and we will help you fund it. And even me myself in that room, I didn't raise my hands. Right. Because we are not solving anything, we are not building anything. Because we find ourselves sometimes, because we didn't grow up with that, and because we were not taught. I don't know if problem solving skills is taught, but then maybe it can be helped.
I don't think so.
Yeah. But then because we were not taught to, I don't know. Yeah. But then there were no one who raised their hands, and I found that, and I felt like, no, what's wrong? So I think what you are saying is also true. We have to do a lot of practical lessons and show us. Yeah.
So being a member of the Django software, community and foundation, right? For someone who has never contributed to open source, why do you think open source matter? Especially for Africans. Why open source?
No, whenever we are talking about open source, I remember leading a moderation as well. Let me see, a panel session. I moderated a panel session. Sorry, at DjangoCon Africa in Arusha this year. Last year, in August. We were talking about open source in Africa. Okay. When we talk about open source in Africa, Africans, a lot of us don't want to enter into the open source because they feel like, come there, we don't have time to come and do few things.
Yeah.
Get hungry.
Yeah.
You know. But then they forget that the more you enter into open source, the more you think widely.
Correct.
The more you see how people write their code, the more you learn, the more you contribute to tools, or the more you add powerful stuff to tools that are already existing.
Yeah.
Maybe you are changing, maybe just a color on the page. Let me say that.
Right.
You are changing how someone can feel when they open your site. You don't know, but colors can add a lot of things to your website.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when we talk about open source in Africa, a lot of us think it's about just code. I just open it and go and code. But no. Open source means that you are contributing to something that is open to the community.
Exactly.
So, what you can do to help? Are you a designer? This open source project is helping a lot of people, but the website is not good. You can help with that.
Correct.
And when you do that, you are helping someone grow. And you think that you are not earning anything, but you are building yourself for a bigger thing. Okay? Now, there is a typo. You don't have to write to the people if it's open source. Pick it up, change it. You'll be part of the contributors.
On GitHub
Straight. You get it. Like, there's a lot of things you can do in the open source space that can help you yourself. Now, in open source, we have broader stuffs. You can get grants. You see yourself to be part of. There's some kind of pride if you see that I'm part of this change. My codes have been merged into Django a lot of times, and I feel proud that the Django that a lot of people, a million people are using, I've changed something and someone is using it out there and it's helping that person. There's pride in that, and in that too, you end up getting a job because you tell people that you are good, and you also believe in yourself because you have touched a lot of things that has helped people. So open source in Africa is quite scary, but we're still pushing it. That's why we are, if you can see, we have Chaos Africa, we have PyCon Accra, PyCon Ghana, and other communities doing their thing to push open source, because it's not just about the money, it's about you growing as well.
Absolutely. No, you see, then I always look at I used not to be an open source person. So with my background as a GIS person, you know, I started off with a fully enterprise proprietary system. So that's the Esri system, right? And then eventually I jumped onto QGIS. And now QGIS is probably my number one, you know, go-to if I have to train people. And so one thing that I've realized in the Ghanaian tech space is the fact that for a country like us and dealing with very scarce resources, we actually are inclined to spend money paying for softwares than really leveraging on open source technologies.
Right.
I think about that a lot. You know, maybe it's because sometimes open source technologies require that you do more work. But like you're saying, I feel then you are broadening your horizon. You know, you are also contributing. If something is not there, take it up and then you make it simple. You are also contributing to the open source knowledge, right? Plus, not everyone can be funded. So if you can do your work and then make it open source, I mean, maybe funding can come. If it doesn't come, you have a solution, right? So it makes so much sense. Tell us about your first open source contribution.
That was open source. I contributed to Django was my first open source. I think when I started knowing about open source was when I joined some Chaos Africa conference. And then they were like, if you have not contributed to open source, go through this guide. And then they had issues for beginners. When I talk about issues, things that you can help, or the problem with the project that you can pick up and solve. So they had good first issues. Good first issues are the issues that even you that you don't know how to code can try. Right. So there were the steps. And then I just contributed by adding dot to a And I was so proud when I did that. Especially when I saw the violet. I've forgotten the color for the merge. This one. When I saw merge, I was so happy. So I was eager to do more. So my first was 2023. That's when I contributed to my first open source. And then from there, I started. I joined the Django community. I saw something. I changed it. It might not be code, typo, maybe translating Django into your own language, lots of things. So yeah, that was my first time in 2023.
Right. Amazing. Guys, if you are really enjoying this conversation, kindly go ahead, subscribe, like, and then share. Leave something in the comments. Let us know what you want to ask Julius as well. Julius, tell us about SpeakWise.
Thank you. So SpeakWise, okay, me being a conference and a speaker, I like feedback. I really like to grow in my field. And whenever I stand on stage to deliver something I've learned, I want it to be clear, okay? And in as much as I'm building people, I can also, make people go wayward if I don't release the good or give the right information. So whenever I stand on stage and I come down, I ask my friends, how did it go? I just brought Charlie, it go good, wow. Within my heart, I knew it didn't go good. Within my heart, it didn't go good. So I needed a fair way of giving myself, a fair way of giving feedback to speakers and to grow. So in short form, before I continue, SpeakWise is basically something like a GitHub for speakers, where you can just provide your profile for people to see that you are good in speaking and this is your expertise. And so let me go back again. SpeakWise was built because I wanted attendees of conference to give anonymous feedback, not by writing what they thought I did, but by giving ratings. That how was my engagement from 1 to 10? How was my knowledge from 1 to 10? How was my practicality from 1 to 10? And then I grow, and then SpeakWise will help you understand that, okay, during this conference, this your talk, you were missing knowledge. You were missing this. So grow in that aspect. So that if you are giving that talk and somewhere else, you deliver it well so that it can impact more life. And also that's for speakers to grow. And also what SpeakWise does is that we accumulate all your speaking, this one, wherever you are speaking, we just combine it, we give you analytical, analysis for you to know that, okay, all your talks, you did 23 talks in this month. The average was maybe 8.9 all over 10. You are doing well, keep it up. And then people can also request you on the platform. When you go to that platform, you can see speakers in different fields. You can see from Django, from open source, from Web3, from anything, and you want them to come and grace your request for them. And if you request, they see it, and if they can accept or decline due to some reasons, they do. But then that's all about speakers, and so it also helps attendees get to see communities, conference going on, the kind of thing. And also organizers can use it to organize their event.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's free for now.
I like that. Yes, it's free for now. Yeah, for sure. No, that's really, really nice. Is it only for tech events?
No. It's for every event, any event you want. And even if you're a speaker, you want to use it to showcase your. When you're applying for talks, if you're fond of applying for talks, you see that there's a place where they ask for videos or let me say links to a previous talk you have given before. People don't have. But if there's a link you can give that shows that, like LinkedIn, that this is my profile for speaking, and they will see that, oh, this guy has spoken here before, has spoken that before. They can request for you, and you're good to go.
That makes so much sense. I would jump on SpeakWise because then I pray I get the stage that you have, so that I will also just use SpeakWise to rate my delivery and all of that. So. We are jumping back to, kind of a previous discussion. Here I see tech for all ages, getting started now. We have two groups of people, 18 to 25, who want to get into tech. We have 35 plus years who feels they are too old. I know we have spoken about that. But this time, I want you to give a step-by-step recommendation. How you went through your growth, what would you recommend for these, two age groups, when it comes to jumping into tech, especially, let's just say they are starting this month? What would be the step-by-step recommendation that you would give to these people?
Thank you very much, Ben. And I believe that this question is going to help people out there who are confused to get clear. Okay, so what I would say is that if you are now starting this month, the time is now. Okay, you don't have to wait.
Absolutely.
Just take your time. Don't be scared. Don't be one thing about programming and one thing about people who are entering into tech that they get overwhelmed. There are lots of things. Where do I move to? calm down, relax. Don't think Julius is a back-end engineer, so you want to be a back-end engineer. No.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you love doing? I spoke about that earlier.
Yeah.
Check that side. Do you think that you like to draw? Read more about UI. Read more about like a lot of designing stuffs. Are you the person who likes to code? You like to code websites? You want to like, if I see website, I'm like, I wish I can build a website. Or you want to do front end.
Yeah.
Move to that. Take it slow. Don't rush.
Yeah.
And don't be jumping early. Don't be saying that I've done front end. Some people are saying full stack. But believe me, they just know one thing. They just know back end or maybe front end. They know a little bit of the other one. They're not full stack. Yeah. But then don't rush. If you rush, you'll be confused everywhere. You think programming is not yours. It is for you. Just take it step by step.
Yeah.
Now, if you happen to be watching videos on YouTube, make sure you stick to one thing. Master, you have to master one thing before you move to another thing.
Yes.
You have to master one thing before you move to another thing.
Yeah.
So if you are starting this month, look at your niche, look at what you want to do, and just focus on that for now.
Yeah.
Maybe you can dive into the other thing maybe later.
Yeah.
But focus on that so that you be that go-to person if someone is looking for someone who knows how to build GIS product or anything. Okay. And then, as I said, if you are watching YouTube videos and you finish watch, don't watch and stare at the video and then finish and you can't do anything. That is tutorial hell.
Yeah.
Take your time, do as they do. If you finish, try and do it yourself.
Yeah.
It's fine if you break, it's fine.
Yeah.
Google is your friend.
Yeah.
We have AIs now. It can quicken your way of searching. Do it. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
Attend conferences as much as you can.
Join communities.
Join, all right? Let them know that you want to learn. I never knew anything, brother Ben.
Yeah.
Like, I still sometimes feel like I don't know anything.
Yeah.
But people will see you like, Charlie, this is Julius. Like, the way people act as if I'm a superstar. It got to a time I couldn't even meanwhile, I don't have money. Calm down, not there yet. Calm down.
Oh, no,
but then you get there, but then take your time.
For sure.
If you are early, like 18 years, you are lucky.
Yeah.
You have time to make mistakes.
Julius, you said something very, very important, and that kind of rings a bell. When I started learning Python, sometime in 2016, then you see, I found myself in this. It's kind of like an unending loop of learning. I was doing a lot of things wrong.
Yeah.
First, I will jump on one video. So there is this guy, Corey Schilfer or something like that. He has this, if I'm mentioning the name right, I think he has this book also, Automate Boring Stuff with Python.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he has a YouTube video, corresponding video as well. And see, I will jump on that video, and first 2, 3, I feel like it's the perfect video for me. But then then I will jump on another platform. So there's this guy, he's called Boakye Robert. His YouTube channel is The New Boston.
Okay.
One of the, I think, in my opinion, really solid guys who was teaching Python back then.
Yeah.
I would jump on his video as well. I wouldn't finish that. Now I would jump on another video as well. And so it was this unending cyclical loop, right? After some time struggling with really progressing, because I'm jumping from one video to another, and because when I jump from one video to the other, I'm starting again.
Yeah.
And then I start again. So I find myself learning syntax, flow controls, and I'll come back again, syntax, flow controls, functions, syntax, flow control, all over and over again. Without really me sitting down to say that, you know what, I'm not going to go through all of this again. I'll sit down and then actually write a function.
Yeah.
Do this to do that. Do that to do test whatever it says that I have picked. And then I introduced another problem for myself.
Another problem.
Yes.
Sorry.
Now I jumped to books.
You don't finish that.
I spoke with a computer science friend of mine, and he was like, you know what? I think reading documentations is better. So now books and documentation YouTube video. Books, documentation YouTube video. Just jumping, books, documentation. And I wasn't going anywhere. So I feel what you just said, talking about the fact that if you are learning with YouTube, you finish one thing first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you're going to find yourself jumping from one video to another video. And that's how the algorithm works. You are working on one video, and then you have to kind of, and another video will be on the side, and you are most likely going to be tempted to click on that video thinking maybe that video is better. And the fact that now we have even more, a lot of YouTube, everybody is teaching Python, everybody is teaching R, everybody is teaching this, right? So I think that is such an important point that you made over there. You know, people sticking with one thing, finish it. If you finish, work on a project.
Yes.
If you encounter an issue, Google it out, Stack Overflow, ChatGPT it out, Claude it out, or whatever it is, right? And then you get. I think that is such an important, point that you've made over there. Yeah, it makes so much sense.
Thank you.
Let's see. What are some of your personal routines, okay, that really helped you stay consistent throughout your journey? Because consistency happens to be one of the things that people struggle with. Consistency, yeah. You
know, sometimes for me, for my personal reasons, if I look at where I'm coming from, I cannot fail. Like, I couldn't do anything. Right. I knew this is my thing, like program is my thing. So if I don't do it, I remember when I was doing, my daddy was saying that you're always in the room, you don't even wash. You're always like, this thing is not even bringing anything. But I had to stay consistent.
Right.
And then, like, I knew that I can't leave and go and do any other thing. I can't go to office work. I mean, I can't go and work under someone where, like, I don't like the job. I won't love it. I'll just be working because I want to make money and the pressure and all those kind of things. So all these things get me making sure that I stay consistent. Make sure you grab what you want to know.
Yeah.
So sometimes you watch where you're coming from, or you watch. Some people, if they don't code, they can do music.
Yeah.
Some people don't. But me, I can't do. It's coding. It's either coding or
nothing.
Yeah. So that kept me going.
Yeah.
I needed to put my mind on. And like, by the grace of God, if I say that it has not paid off, I've lied.
Yeah.
We have not still gotten to where we are going to, but we have been seen.
Yeah.
And thank God. Like, thank God.
Yeah.
Like, it's good.
Yeah. For me, that is purely the mindset, right? At least knowing where you came from, where you are now, and then where you are heading to. I think it makes so much sense. We are basically circling back to the African community and then the future, right? You've seen a lot of tech spaces, right? Local meetups, international conferences, and all of that. What do you think is unique about the African tech communities? You know, what do we have anything that is really unique? Or maybe the rest of the world is underestimating the African tech community in some way? No,
now they have seen that Africa holds talent. The unique thing is that we hold talent than they expected.
Right.
So if you can study, they are really moving here.
Yeah.
And they're even hiring more of my people. I mean, our people. I don't own Ghana. But then, I've been to a lot of conferences and bro, people are building.
Right.
People are building stuff.
In Africa?
I've been to a lot of African countries. And sometimes I've seen and said, like, how come he thought of this build? Like, he's building it here in Africa.
Yeah.
So what makes us unique is that we have got talents that are building solid stuff.
Yeah.
Just that they are not seen. Like Nigeria, like I was in Nigeria and like they were serious. They are building a lot of solid things.
That Nigerian tech space is crazy.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like one time I was asked to, point someone a lady who can work on Flutter stuff. I bet you I didn't get one in Ghana, but then still we are forcing. But in Nigeria, they're even fighting to be called. So like they were just all over the place.
All over the
place. They are building stuff. But then, I mean, I'm not saying Ghanaians are not building stuff. I mean, Africa as a whole, we have talent. That's what I want to say. Forget about what I just said. Yeah. But Africa as a whole, we have talent. That makes us unique. Yes, the outside people got talent. Yeah. But then, because we have talent, but we don't have the resources, it has limited us.
Yeah.
But then if the other part of the world should see that there's a lot of, or see what people have seen already, Africa will be powerful.
I mean, I'm glad you mentioned the Nigerian tech space because I feel the Nigerian tech space is really crazy.
Crazy.
And those guys are very serious. You see, just about some 2 years back then, one of my bosses, he's in Zambia, reached out and was asking if I can get him a UI UX designer in Ghana, preferably a lady. I didn't get one. I posted it my network on LinkedIn, I mean, shared with people, was on my status here and there, flying everywhere. I didn't get one, right? And I had 3 people from Nigeria, all ladies.
You see?
3 people from Nigeria, all ladies, reaching out to me. And that is when I realized how crazy the Nigerian tech space really is. You know, it's amazing. Yeah. And like, I agree with you. I feel we do have the talent.
Yes, we do.
We do have the talent. And sometimes we just even underestimate ourselves.
Yeah, sometimes we just get scared.
Yeah.
You know, when you find yourself in a room with some people who are so busy, like whites, who are, you get intimidated.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, maybe you are powerful.
Yeah.
So one thing I think we should just have is maybe grit and also like powerful mindset as well. It's and I'm happy that this show is about mindset.
No, absolutely. I mean, for me, my interactions with people actually spells out that people are not lazy. 90% or 95% of the time it's their mindset.
Yes.
You know, so especially when it comes to tech. Now, let's look at 5-10 years ahead. In your own view, you're sitting down somewhere. I pray maybe at a penthouse or a condo somewhere, and then you know what kind of tech ecosystem do you hope to see in young Africans? What do you envision for the tech ecosystem?
I envision a lot. Okay, you see, I can't speak. I don't even know how to answer this because what I'm envisioning is so broad, it's so powerful, and I believe we can do it. You know? I won't say much, but then what I'm envisioning is that you will see it. Like Africa will take over. Like Africa will be the home of all these. Like yes, maybe it will be a long time because we don't have the infrastructure, we don't have a lot of things. But where I'm seeing things, what I'm envisioning is that like Africa is going to be powerful again.
Yeah, absolutely. Julius, this podcast is called Models and Mindsets, right? And from everything that you've lived and then built, tell us, what is one model? Okay, it could be a way of working, it could be one's mindset, you think every aspiring technology should adopt?
Constant learning.
Constant learning.
And focused mindset.
Powerful.
I don't know if you have seen some pattern I've been putting in this mindset.
Right.
We have choices, bro. Make the right choices. Yeah, it's fine if you make mistakes, but you can learn from the mistakes as well. One model I would say that you should adapt is that don't limit your brain. Like don't think you are too small to do something. You are bigger than what you think.
Right.
So just think like that. Just think like you're that guy. That's it. Just the model. Like the model is like be that person.
Exactly.
Okay, and then you see yourself as that. You see yourself become that person. Okay, right. So just the mindset only. Let me just put it like that. The mindset only. That's it, and you'll be fine.
That alone should be enough to carry you.
That will give birth to other models, but that's the mother model.
That's the base. Right. Thank you very much, Julius. Julius, so to everyone watching, they want to reach out to you. Someone wants to be part of the Django campus. Someone wants to maybe attend the upcoming DjangoCon, PyCon and all of those things. Tell us, how can they first reach out to you? How can they be a member of these communities and how can they also contribute?
Thank you very much, Ben. I really appreciate that. So for everyone out there who want to reach out to me, I think LinkedIn is one of the best places you can reach out to me. The name is Julius Boakye. You should get me. And also Twitter or X, basically. It's called K-Techie. The K is spelled K-A-Y. The Techie, they are together, is T-E-C-H-I-E. You should get me there. For if you want to be part of any community, search for it. Google will help you. But if you want to be part of Django Campus, just visit www.djangocampus.com. You should be there. And also, for DjangoCons coming up, we have a lot of DjangoCons coming. We have DjangoCon US. We do that every year. DjangoCon Africa every year. We have PyCons every year. If you can't travel, we have local ones we do. We have PyCon Ghana. We have Python Accra. We have other Web3 communities if you are in that community.
Yeah.
We have design community like FitCons and the rest, and then design whatever, junkies. We have a lot of people out there you can join. So if you want to be part of any community, just search about it on LinkedIn or Google, and you should be able to see a lot of things about them, and then be part of us. Thanks
so much, Julius. This has been an amazing discussion.
Thank you.
I am inspired now. I'm going to start learning Django.
Correct.
Yeah, I know how powerful Django is. So for those of you who are watching and don't know what Django is, just first of all, find out what Python is. All right, when you find out what Python is, then you would ask Google to tell you what is the web development framework for Python, and then you will know what that is Django, right? I think there's another Python-based Flask is there, right? Absolutely. So they are all there, but I mean, I know Django is very, very powerful like that. Okay, guys, so at least two things that you should take away from this talk, which I have it in mind, and the first one being my mindset. Okay, if I set up the goal that I'm going to learn this particular technology, I'm going to do whatever it takes. There will be challenges. If there are no challenges, obviously, it will be very difficult for you to sail through smoothly. So there will be challenges. Make sure you work on the challenges. Make sure you go around it, and then you jump the hurdles and you learn whatever it is that you want to learn. He mentioned continuous learning as a baseline model, which is very, very important. Make sure you continuously learn. You do focused learning, right?
Yes.
And not just pick anything up and then read. But you start one thing, focus on it, finish it, master it a little bit, and then jump on another thing, and that would help with your growth, right? This is Models and Mindsets. We help you guys jump on tech. If you're already in it and you want to better yourself, this is what we are all about. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, share with a friend who would like this conversation. My guest today was Julius, and Julius is an amazing fellow. You can reach out to him on LinkedIn. You can check out also SpeakWise, as I'll be doing that in a bit. This is Models and Mindsets, and then catch you in the next episode.